Welcome, gentlemen. So why don't we start quickly by a quick intro on what you guys do and how your projects are involved with security. Maybe John first.
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name is John Kirch. I'm the Chief Evangelist for Sentinel Protocol. Sentinel Protocol is the world's first crowdsourced threat intelligence platform that is designed to protect valuable crypto coins against hacks, scams, and fraud for both individuals and organizations. So in terms of our system, what we do is that we collect and analyze this type of information in real time. We analyze it, we validate it, and then we use our threat reputation database to pass that information on to crypto exchanges, wallets, and payment systems so that they can be proactive in their cybersecurity. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Pankaj, and I'm from Global Blockchain Foundation. We're a 1.3 million people community today. By profession, I'm a hacker, been there for 20 years, hacking a lot of systems. These days, I hack Ethereum and Bitcoin and stuff like that. Well, so from that perspective, I also support Government of India as an intelligence agent, and I've been working with them since last 4 years. Thank you so much.
Hi, everybody. Timothy Lewis with Ikigai.fund. I've been a cybersecurity expert for the last 25 years of my career. I worked in a lot of banks, Societe Generale, Northern Trust, worked for healthcare organizations like Kaiser Permanente. For the last couple of years now, I've been working in the fund space. I've been mining for close to 8 years now, do block production. I am one of the 21 delegated EOS block producers. So now I work for Ikigai.fund, work with Ikigai.fund as a venture partner and securities and technology experts, as well as Ikigai.fund.
Right, thank you guys. So I think collectively here we have more than 50 years of experience in security. So how do you see the state and maturity of security in the crypto space? Obviously, we hear a lot about the hacks. We had a great talk by Osho and our friends and our friends earlier. So how do you see the current state of maturity, the pace at which maturity is increasing, and essentially where we're going with this from a security standpoint? Maybe Tim, do you want to go?
Sure. Yeah, we're in the infantile stage, and it's still fun to steal money. So a lot of people are trying to do it. If everyone's noticed the last couple of years, I think they have some of the statistics about how many billions of dollars have been stolen over the past couple of years, and that's not including generally the phishing attacks that Paul from Metacert was talking about earlier, which is a great, Metacert being a great tool to help mitigate some of those. It's something like 12% of all ICO transactions are lost to phishing attacks. But as long as the bounty is high enough and the industry is so young, I mean, this really has only been around. When you look at crypto, the cryptocurrencies have been around since the late 90s. These Byzantine fault-tolerant protocols have been only around for about 9 years. It's still very early. They're still going to go after. You just have to have the technology security practices that have been led in large organizations and trying to make sure you're trying to really tighten down. But the larger these rewards get, the more people will be coming after them.
From my perspective, I think we're moving pretty fast in terms of building the blockchain products. But what we are ignoring is the cybersecurity in that, because mostly it is said that cybersecurity is after 7 affair, which is not. But we are talking about a $1 trillion economy today, and if we do not emphasize on cybersecurity, I think we will have great challenges. Let me give you a short example, or rather experience that I've had. I was investigating a case for Government of India, close to 50 million scam. The owner of the scam company said, you know what, you do not have a capability to ensure that I get caught if I do this scam. And before he could arrest from Dubai, we've had all his data with us. And we've arrested him, and he's behind the bars today. My point here is that when you build your platform has to be robust. I feel very happy when I see Cloudflare on the website. Guys, let me tell you, it just takes 2 minutes to 5 minutes to bypass Cloudflare as a tool. Right? A lot of phishing exercises happens. So from all this perspective, what we've done is we've created a tool which ensures that before someone logs into your website, it generates the alarm. It creates an alert. And that alert showcases if there's any anonymous IP getting logged into your website. So my humble request to all of you, that if you're building a product, have a security team member with you. Your CTO doesn't understand security. Your CEO is ignorant about your security. Hence, have a security person who can work with you and who will ensure that you're secured enough from all these attacks that are there in the industry.
Well, just to add on that, I couldn't agree more. Please, John.
I'd simply like to add that, over the recent few years, over $2.5 billion worth of crypto have been hacked. Just this year alone, probably about $900 million. It seems to be a monthly occurrence. But there are other problems too. And that is, for instance, if you look at the decentralized exchanges, hackers can go in there and they can do trades and hide their identity, hide their credentials, and do these anonymous trades and monetize stolen bitcoins. In addition, we see that the ICOs are going through a process during the crowd sale where many times they are being bombarded by all kinds of attacks and threats. We know because we went through the same process. And we experience those, but because we have a great team of experienced cybersecurity engineers, we were able to detect and block. But a lot of the ICOs don't have these kinds of people. And when they experience these attacks, they suffer tremendous damage. So this is also a very big problem. I'd just like to emphasize that today, it's like the wild, wild west out there. If you get hacked, there is nobody in this trustless, decentralized world that can serve as a central body that will assist you. Not the FBI, not Homeland Security, not MI5. This is one of the problems. People need assistance. And with that type of assistance, they have a much better chance of being able to inform exchanges and other parties what's going on, and make it more and more difficult for the hacker to monetize those stolen bitcoins. Thank you.
I'd like to respond real quick. Just to update, there actually is a method of returning some stolen cryptos. As we mature in the blockchain space, we have protocols like EOS that have governed blockchains, and the recent formation of the EOS Constitution and ECAF that was formed will allow some of the next generation of blockchains to have resolution. But it's true, most of the networks now do not. It is a very scary place, but be careful. Hire security professionals. Learn more about personalizing your own security. It all is very important. But we are, as this matures, ideally there will be other methods of mitigation as well.
Yeah, I think in the stage where we are right now, one thing that's really important for the community to do is really to help each other. We talk a lot about intelligence, about sharing information, panels like here where we share our views and some of the experiences that we have from a security standpoint of working with different individuals, different parties within the blockchain and crypto community. So perhaps in that spirit, maybe if we could give some single advices to the audience here from different perspective, maybe from an individual user perspective, more from a project that's trying to build as a company, as well as maybe with your involvement team with more of the institutional side of things. What would be individually your single advice for the audience here?
Yeah, I think we've got, so since this ICO space started, we've been very familiar with a tool called Telegram, and we've got groups. Now, please understand that a lot of phishing hackers are available in those groups, and they try to take all your information and try to hack systems. So you have to be very careful when you communicate in such groups, and you have to have a private communication with each individual.
What we've done to help address this market need is two things. One, we've also established not only product, but we're also building a team of the people that we call the Sentinels. And these are security experts and organizations and individuals that will provide consulting and assistance to people who have experienced suspicious activity and have a need for assistance. The second thing that we've done is that we have we are coming out with a product during the month of August that we call ICO Scam Protection Solution. And this is a system that takes advantage of our experience of withstanding attacks during our own experience and provides a solution to help companies going through the ICO process to detect and stop attacks, including, that includes a whitelist so that you know what information is correct if you're the investor. So we're looking forward to making a contribution in this space to help people. Thank you.
Yeah, so on an individual level, one thing that everyone should be aware of is don't do 2FA with your phone numbers. I mean, those times are done. Make sure you're using something like Authy and usually use another phone that hasn't touched the cellular networks. You can install Authy, Google Authy, and use phones that don't need a network connection. So in this industry or in this part of the industry, expect that people are going to come after your SIM, and if you're logging into that with the backup procedure on Google, Gmail, any of your exchanges, my one advice would be to make sure that 2FA is turned on with Authy instead of your phone number directly. And as a fund, we just get scared about people losing things like that. We have our own protocols. A lot of us follow the Glacier protocol, and we try to figure out where things are the best way to mitigate cold wallets if we're holding. A lot of times we're just sending to partners, and we do a lot of transactions. So products that are coming along, like Metacert, to be able to identify and make sure that we have identification. Things like BIP47, when you have pay codes, or things like EOS account names, will allow us to identify individuals or other accounts in a more secure manner. So those things will come, and that'll be the time when I can feel confident about my mom using the networks.
Yeah, I think to add to this, there's no silver bullet in security, unfortunately, which makes our lives very difficult, but very, very interesting and fun as well. And security has to be looked holistically throughout the different parts of your organization, from a user standpoint, in terms of how you communicate with your community, in terms of how you build your business, internal policies, your employees, etc. So it really has to be looked at comprehensively. We ran out of time, so I hope you value the advice and the thoughts and insight from our panel here. Don't hesitate to come and find us after the talk throughout the summit, and enjoy the rest of the summit today. Thank you.
Alex, I would like to say that we're building a very good ecosystem called World Blockchain Summit in India, and we're going to have a day on a cybersecurity. And we're going to be discussing each point about cybersecurity. And we're opening a market for about 1.4 billion people there. So I welcome everyone there. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.